Amber Heard has been constantly dogged by the ghosts of her past, and that unfortunate trend looks set to continue as the former Aquaman actress just can't seem to get out of trouble. She has made yet another mistake, and it isn't hard to understand why when she was constantly pressurized into getting angry on the stand in court.
A hotel room with Paul Bettany.
Objection, hearsay.
Okay, move forward, because
When he came home, they had to carry him home.
Objection, hearsay.
Did you see them?
I
carry
watched
him?
it.
Okay.
Now, this does point towards the fact that Amber can make impulsive decisions. This one could definitely take the cake. Amber openly conspiring to plant false proof in the trial could get her into perjury troubles, and there is even talk of the FBI getting involved. There have been several claims from sets that Johnny worked on that an actor chased them in 2015 and that they had no idea who was holding a gun to their head. People have pointed out that that person was Paul Bettany, who had been interrogating people on Amber Heard's behalf. Listen to this audio and see just how bonkers the whole situation got.
He's a sociopath. Like, he should be in prison, or probably worse than that. He probably shouldn't even, I mean, he's just a complete, I can't even describe how dangerous this man is.
Martin Sokos or Paul Bettany?
Well, Sokos.
And then he feels obviously privileged because he got the scary Paul Bettany. Yeah, I'm sure it's very scary because of the way that they attacked you like that. And about the whole gun to the head, I mean, that's really scary. That actually corroborates with what Richie was saying, that it was around April 20th where he got called by Bettany to put a bullet in his head and then went to his ex-wife's house. So, you know, he gets really intimidating and threatening when it happens, when he's trying to, ruin a case for someone.
I guess what I don't understand is why would Paul want to come after me before I didn't even report it to the police at that point.
Well, they're obstructing justice. I think that's what that is, by threatening you to not go to the police.
Yeah.
So, their whole thing is obstructing justice, intimidating, bribing witnesses.
Martin, in the 3 days that I was there with him, he said a lot of stuff, and he brought up a lot of people that he's associated with, and Johnny Depp was one of them. Cops would call me from New Orleans and tell me, "Oh, we know you're here at this place right now. We know you're there. We know what you're wearing." Like, it was out of control, and that went on for like a year and a half.
And I guess he must have done some kind of package against you or something to make them attack you like that, because I know that was happening to Amber also in Australia, and the LAPD was Waldman. I don't know who was Australia. So in your case, you didn't file a lawsuit. He intimidated you to not report anything.
Richie had said that you wanted to help me or something.
Yeah, I do want to help you because I know that Bettany is, so Richie actually originally was a witness for Amber Heard, and then he switched over to Depp after Bettany intimidated and blackmailed him, and then Waldman promised him money.
Nobody's come to me and said, what's the deal here? The only person that's tried to come to me is Richie and now you. Well, so what is it that what can I do? What do you want me to do?
So I've been doing investigation, trying to anyways, to pull up evidence, and there's a clear timeline with it. And so your background with what Bettany did to you and why he did it to you is very important to show that Bettany gets hired and he gets paid off. I mean, he's always obsessed with money and intimidating people. Yeah, and that the whole thing too, of forcing false testimony or twisted testimony or no testimony from people.
Think you understand the situation? Well, it gets even more perplexing because according to several eagle-eyed netizens, it has been reported that this audio was actually an attempt at re-victimizing the person in question so that they could make her seem like she was still being harassed by Bettany and co-false evidence. For those unaware of Bettany, he's quite a character, and you may be surprised to learn about his antics and who actually hired him. How the situation unfolded is also interesting, to say the least. U.S. former porn star turned private investigator Paul Bettany recently shared in an interview with a media outlet that Amber Heard's lawyers hired him to find out bad things about her ex-husband Johnny Depp. The Pie took Depp's side and said that everyone who said good things about Depp actually said a lot of awful and terrible things about Heard. Talking about the assignment he was given by the actress' lawyers, Bettany said, "I was supposed to find instances of bad conduct, his past in accordance with what Heard alleges, to find other women who were abused by Johnny. I searched for a while. I spoke to a great many people. I knocked on doors. And I couldn't find one person to say one deprecating thing about him. Pharisee also disclosed that Heard had fired him a short while earlier. And it wasn't until April 2020 that he made the decision to tell people about his work as a private investigator for Amber. The actress was described as the opportunist on par with everyone else by the PI earlier. He asserted that despite speaking with over 100 of Depp's former associates, he had not found any significant errors. Pharisee certainly seems to have become an unwanted spanner in the works for Amber Heard, causing her to fire him and needing to create potentially false evidence. Only time will tell what kind of burns this will open. Please note that what is presented in this video does not aim to promote any agendas. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.